What's going on, guys? Everyone else has been doing these collection videos, so I figured I'd get up on the bandwagon, since everyone went up on the bandwagon when I did the top games of the generation. So this is going to be my 360 collection video, which is basically my whole collection. I mean, I only have one PS3 game, don't have any Wii games. I have NES games, but anyway. So my 360 collection is relatively small, but it's quality games and stuff that's worth owning. So I don't even if I had money, I wouldn't really keep a giant collection because I just wouldn't play it. So let's get right into it. First game, Modern Warfare 3. Modern Warfare 3. Well, I have a bad history with Call of Duty games. Mainly, I play them for a while, get really pissed off, and sell them, and swear up the series forever. And then, a few months down the line, I start wanting to play it again. Like, I don't know, it's kind of like a bad relationship where you love the person, but they treat you like shit, and you keep coming back, and then you say you're done with them for good, and then a couple months later, you want to try to work it out, and it's like an abusive relationship. But I'd say Modern Warfare 3, above all of the Call of Duty games, is still Call of Duty, but it feels a little less cheap. The kill streaks aren't quite as overwhelming. Kill confirm mode is a little less campy. It's still a crazy game. I wouldn't say it's really my thing, but I play it every so often. I got the 2 DLC packs that came out for it. They were on sale for really cheap. So the newest one that came out was only was it like the Horde mode survival Spec Ops stuff, which is kind of weird. I don't know why they didn't have any multiplayer maps, but whatever. It's a pretty good game. The single player I didn't actually beat, which is funny since it's so short, but I got like most of the way through it, and I was just like, I'm not a big fan of first-person shooter campaigns. To me, they're just go to this room, go to the next room, go to the next room, shoot all the dudes, and I mean, that could be said about just about any game, but it's just boring to me. The only one I really kind of like is Halo, because, you know, it's pretty interesting. So let's move on to the next game. Dark Souls. I don't know what's left to say about this game that I haven't said already 1,000 billion times. But, yeah, Dark Souls, pretty much my favorite game of all time at the moment. You know, that changes from year to year, but man, I've been just stuck on that game for the past year. I just love, you know, I've completed through the main game like 3 times. I spent a lot of time playing PvP, which I'm not that good at PvP, but I win a lot of times. It's just really fun. I love the PvP stuff, because any type of game that has had that, I've just enjoyed the hell out of it, especially 3D games. I played like a text-based game that had dueling and stuff, and I even enjoyed the hell out of that. So I just really like that stuff. I like seeing who's better. But yeah, I can't get enough of that game, and I just wish more people I knew were into that game. So I might have to start finding some random people on the internet, maybe try to make some friends with them. I don't know. So yeah, it's just, I can't really say anything more about the game without making you puke. So let's get on to the next game. Fallout 3. I just recently picked this game back up. It was like $8. The only thing I kind of don't like about this copy, not the nitpick, but the insert is like all kind of wrinkled. I don't know. They must have spilled water on it or something. But the game itself and the manual and everything are perfect. It's just, I don't know. Maybe that was like a weird case they were trying to get rid of at GameStop. I don't know. But yeah, Fallout 3, one of my favorite games of the generation for sure, as most of these games are. I tend to have most of them. I just really love that game. I'm not a big fan of Bethesda games, really. I try to get into them, but then I just get bored. But that game was the only one I've actually ever beaten all the way through to the end. Excuse me. But Fallout 3, I like the VAT system in that game. It's so awesome to go into that slow-mo, like, put your gun like right up to their face, go into VAS, and I really like that because I actually had the perk called Bloody Mess that made the like explosions when you do that stuff a lot bloodier and just crazier. I don't know, I just got a kick out of it, and it's a really fun world to explore because it's just this big open area. It's kind of a different setting than you're used to in open world games. It's like sci-fi and kind of, I don't know, it's just different. I mean, people kind of criticize me because I didn't do tons and tons of exploring. I didn't really do any of the side quests, but I had a lot of fun. I explored what I came across. Like, oh, this building looks kind of cool. Let's look over there. Or, oh, this is a weird looking bridge. I wonder where that goes. Or just kind of cool stuff like that. But I never really just kind of wandered around the wasteland, which, I don't know, just don't really dig that kind of thing. But I had a lot of fun. The story was actually really good. I got all the DLC because I had the Game of the Year edition, and I still have the stuff on my hard drive. I left it there for a while, and then I picked up that copy used cheap so I can play it, which is it's nice about the Game of the Year edition. You just install it to your hard drive. So I've tried playing Point Lookout, which is one of the ones I didn't actually play. I'm not really into that DLC at all, but I like the other ones. Mothership Zeta was good. The Pit was good. Operation Anchorage was okay. I didn't really do the Broken Steel stuff, but I'll get to it. It's just a really good game. If you're into open world games, that's basically the one I suggest this generation. On to the next game. Left 4 Dead 2. This is a game I recently re-picked up to a couple months ago. I think I sold it because I have it on the PC, and I was like, oh, I'm just going to play PC games now, it's pointless to have. But then I just kind of realized that most of my friends play it on the 360, and it's just easier and whatever. And Left 4 Dead 2, let me tell you, that is one of the best co-op games ever made. The first game was good, the second game really brought it to just a new level. The campaigns are better, more guns, there's just more variety. They're just a lot more intricate campaigns. There's a lot more infected to fight. And the first game is available as DLC, so how do you get any better than that? I gotta get back to playing more of that. I'm just kind of waiting for the right time and trying to get my friends together to play it. It's hard to convince at least one of them to get DLC, so it's kind of a bummer, but I mean, with all the DLC in that game, there's 13 campaigns. I mean, that's a lot. You have a lot to play for a good long while. I like the characters better in the first game than the second game. It'd be kind of cool if you could just kind of pick whichever characters you want, maybe in a future DLC, but I think they're kind of done with that game on the 360. Coldstream DLC just came out, and it took like over a year, like almost 2 years to come out on the 360, so I'm not expecting that. But yeah, that game's just awesome. So on to the next game. Dead Island. Played the hell out of this game, and I sold it because I was like so sick of it. But I rebought up the Game of the Year edition because it's got, I don't know, DLC and stuff, and there's no reason not to get the Game of the Year edition because they don't sell the regular edition. So the game's really fun. I got really addicted to it. I played as Perna the gun chick the first time through the game. Got her to level 50 or 51, I don't remember. I still think she's the best character in the game. Tried playing it recently as Sam B. He's kind of like the blunt weapon melee type dude, and it's not as good. I don't know if I really want to continue playing him. I just had to get him to Act 2 and get an achievement with him, and then I need one more achievement in that game. I've got all of them except one. Besides the DLC one that's like the arena mode, I don't think I'm gonna get those really because I don't like horde mode type stuff. It's not my thing. So, but I'll have all the original 1,000 achievement points, so that's cool. I gotta go through with Logan and John next. So if I can get someone to maybe run me through Act 1 really fast, that'd be cool. Or I could probably do it myself. It's not that hard. So yeah, the game's really fun, co-op. It's really glitchy, even after patches, which is kind of a bummer. There's a couple areas in the game that just pretty much crash your system, which sucks because it's like my favorite area in the game. Didn't do that pre-patch, so I don't know what happened, but I don't know, it's one of those games where you kind of put up with the BS because it's so fun, at least to me. So, Dead Island, good game. Next game, Battlefield 3. I got the limited edition, which I got lucky because I got this game like 3 months after it came out. Battlefield 3, it's kind of the reason why I can't get back into Call of Duty 2 hardcore, because it's way better. I got Battlefield 3 Premium, so I get all the DLC coming out. Close Quarters was a really good DLC. Back to Karkin was a really good DLC. The next one's supposed to be vehicle based, which is fine, but the maps are supposed to be huge, and the 360 version only supports 24 players. So it's going to be kind of empty, because a lot of the bigger maps in the base game are really empty, and you just wander around looking for people. So we'll see how that works, but as a main game, I just love it because of the teamwork. It's one of the only games of that type where the teamwork actually happens. I mean, you need to support each other by giving med packs, giving revives, giving ammo, having a spawn beacon where they can spawn in on you, because that's the type of class you're playing. And if you're playing alone, if you're playing lone wolf, you're not going to get very far. It's just, I mean, you might be able to get decently okay if you're maybe like a medic or a sniper. But if you really want to make a push to win the match for your team, you're not going to win it by just being a lone wolf, which is really cool. And there's like conquest modes and stuff where you just have like sides of like 6 to 8 people just kind of facing off head to head, back and forth, and it's just kind of craziness. I love it. Just rockets flying by and people getting revived and snipers, and just, I don't know. I'm not a big fan of snipers, but in that game, it's kind of cool. I'm not gonna lie, I like sniping in that game too. So, yeah, really good game. I'm glad they're making a Battlefield 4. I kind of hope it's a next gen thing though, because I don't know, it's gonna come out late next year probably, and that's a bit early. It's probably gonna be for the regular 360 though, because they're having when you buy Medal of Honor Warfighter, you get it in the beta. It'd be kind of weird if you buy a 360 game to get into beta on the next system, but I don't know, maybe they'll have a version for the next gen consoles as well that has more players and better graphics and stuff. That would be cool, but not holding my breath. Alright, next game, Grand Theft Auto 4. A game that I kind of puzzled on because everybody who used to like that game doesn't like the game. Like, not really too much my friends, but when that game first came out, everyone was like, oh my god, Grand Theft Auto 4, right? They gave 10 out of 10, best game ever. Then like a week later, everyone changed their mind and said it was boring, it was trash, worst game in the series, Saints Row was so much better, and I didn't understand what happened. Because as the more I played the game, the more I liked it, and I still play the game. I still put the game in my system all the time. So anyway, the game's got a really good storyline though, so it kept me going. I liked the world. At the time, the graphics were amazing. Not so much now on the 360 anyway. But it's really cool, and I like that it had online multiplayer. That's something that it blew my mind. Having up to 16 players, 32 on the PC, that's even more crazy. But just kind of all doing whatever in Liberty City, going crazy. And in the DLC, there's like a lot of co-op missions, and just a lot to keep you going. I still play it, so just wish more people were into it as much as I am. Because I think the game is awesome, and people need to stop sucking. Anyway, that's a good game though. So next game, Metal Gear Solid HD Collection. Haven't really played through this too much. I beat Metal Gear Solid Peace Walker, which is in my opinion the best Metal Gear storyline. Maybe not. I don't know. Metal Gear Solid 4 and Peace Walker are kind of the same for me. But I haven't beat Metal Gear Solid 2 or 3, so keep that in mind. Or the first one. Which you may be asking why I'm buying the game then if I didn't beat any of them before. But well, I kind of got gifted that by one of my friends. So, but Peace Walker has online co-op, so that was cool. I always wanted to go through Metal Gear Solid 2 and 3, and I started Metal Gear Solid 2, but didn't beat it. Somewhere in the big shell, I don't know. I wanted to save Metal Gear Solid 3 for the future, maybe if I do a playthrough. I don't know when that's going to be. I kind of wish I could. I want to get a PC headset again so I can record audio. Which I really want to play through that game on a playthrough because I don't really know anything about it. I've only played it for a couple hours before, so it'd be kind of fresh. But they're definitely good versions of the game. 60 frames per second, no slowdown really. HD, they're not really HD as much as a next gen game, but they look good. So yeah, I gotta get to that more later. I don't know. I just haven't had the ambition to play through anything super long, single player and involved. Which leads me to my next game, Skyrim. I bought this game a long time ago, played it for about 15 hours, decided it wasn't for me, sold the game, and ever since then I wanted to rebuy it. So I did, and I got Dawn Guard as well. And since buying this game and Dawn Guard, I've played it for probably about a half hour, which is kind of silly, but I just, so much stuff going on around here lately that I just haven't been feeling like sitting down playing a long, involved single player game. I plan on getting to it though. I mean, I paid $20 for a DLC that I've never touched. But it's a good game. It's just kind of overwhelming because it wants you to kind of travel across the planet, and the world, in my opinion, isn't as exciting as like Morrowind. Morrowind had a better, like, more interesting world. Fallout had a more interesting world. Skyrim looks a lot better. My other problem with the game is the combat system isn't the greatest. So I don't know. I'm playing a mage right now because I thought the magic was badass, which is pretty difficult because you always run out of mana, and mana potions aren't cheap or easy to come by, which kind of makes magic kind of stupid. I don't know why they always make playing a magic character like impossible in Elder Scrolls, but I mean, take a game like Dark Souls. You have a certain amount of times you can cast a spell, so you know exactly how much you need to cast it. I don't know. It's really hard. I mean, you can get, if you can buy magic regenerating potions, make them easier to find. Even if you make them expensive. Like when I play, I was like, okay, I got a lot of money, I'm gonna buy magic potions, and the person only had like 2 of them, and they were really overpriced. So I don't know. I want to get back to Skyrim though. Everyone's all crazy about Skyrim, so I gotta try to get back into it at some point. And considering I paid, what was it, like $70 for that and the DLC combined, so probably should get to that. Next game. My cat's banging on my door if you hear any noises. Super Street Fighter 4 Arcade Edition, even though I don't have the actual Arcade Edition box, but I bought it as DLC. Probably the best fighting game, almost the best fighting game of all time. I wouldn't say it's the best. I'd say probably Street Fighter 3 is probably better. In some ways Street Fighter 2 is better, but I really like the game though. It's awesome. It's got online play, which was kind of new for me. I mean, I played Street Fighter 2 on the arcade, but it was kind of laggy. Cat, will you knock it off? Anyway, it's got a lot of characters, like pretty much every character from every Street Fighter that you'd want to play as, and the lag's pretty good. So the only thing that kind of bugs me about the game is the ultra super thing. Like, I don't like how you have to make sure they're vulnerable before your ultra hits them. Like I like in the old games where it's like a super and you just like do them like mid combo or something. I don't know. My cat. God, cat's being a pain in the ass. Anyway, so that's gonna be funny for the video, but anyway. It's really awesome though. Let's just put it that. Next game. Portal 2. Game that I wasn't really too interested in, because the first game I wasn't too into until I beat it, finally beat it, and I was like, wow, this game's really cool. It was like the first half of the original Portal was like a tutorial. It's kind of weird. I don't know why they did that. But I thought, well, that game was only like, what, 2 hours, 2 or 3 hours long. Pay for a retail game that's only that long, I don't know, but it's actually a lot longer than that. The main game's like probably like 10 hours or something, and it's got a separate co-op campaign, and that's like probably almost 10 hours the first time you go through. It's difficult. You're kind of racking your brain with your buddy. And it has like free DLC, which is also really cool. So Portal 2, yeah. Well, the thing that's surprising about that game is it's got really good writing and story and stuff. The first game kind of had like the funny GLaDOS stuff, but it wasn't really a whole lot for me to love personally. I didn't give a shit about the companion cube or whatever, but like Wheatley's a cool character and all the story stuff that happens in there, and the puzzles are way harder. So it's definitely a lot more interesting, and I'd say it's worth getting for anyone that hasn't gotten it just for the co-op stuff if you have a friend to play with, because it's got a completely separate co-op like campaign, and it's probably better than the single player, so definitely get on that. I still gotta beat the single player. I'm near the end, I think. I have to do the repulsion gel stuff in the single player campaign, but I think that's most of the way through the game. I don't know. Gotta get back to that though, so I gotta see the ending. I heard the ending's good. Alright, and on to my last disc physical copy game, Halo Reach. A game that hasn't left my collection since I bought it in 2010. I played the hell out of that game. I got to Field Marshal ranking, which takes a long time. Not probably as much now as that it used to, but when Bungie was in charge, they didn't give you crap for credits. So it took a long time to get up there, but now, since 343 came back, they're probably trying to spark a community. They offer like 5 times the credits the Bungie did, so not as hard, but still really fun though. It's got probably the most modes and maps that I like playing out of any game, any shooter this generation. Is pretty much my runner-up for best shooter of the generation. I think Battlefield 3 edged it out a little bit just for the teamwork stuff, but yeah, Halo's really cool. It's got a custom map editor which I messed around with, which is good at eating up time. It's just a great Halo game. It makes me wonder what 343 is going to do with Halo 4. I don't know, but I can assure you that it probably won't have Bloom, because everybody hated that apparently. I kind of liked it actually, because you couldn't just fire your gun light speed. You had to kind of be careful and accurate, worried about recoil. But yeah, what are you gonna do? The majority always wins. So Halo 4, I'm like looking forward to that game. Probably one of the only games I'm looking forward to this year. That and Dark Souls Prepare to Die edition. Shocker, right? And then I've got 2 more games that are on my on-demand stuff that I can't show you the box for, obviously. So I'll just get to them quickly. Dead Space 1. I've got that on Games on Demand. I really like that game. I played the second one. I didn't think the second one was as interesting. Like the environments just didn't do it for me. It had most of the same enemies and stuff. But Dead Space 1, I really liked the environments, and it was the first one, so it was all fresh. It's challenging. I liked how you had to upgrade weapons and stuff like RE4. It was just probably my favorite survival horror game, unless you want to call Demon's Souls survival horror, because that game was pretty crazy, scary, and good luck surviving, right? But yeah, Dead Space is really awesome. I beat that game. I never went back to it though and beat any of the harder modes or got any of the crazy New Game Plus stuff, but maybe someday. I might go back and try to play Dead Space 2 again. I didn't beat that, but I don't know. I don't really have much interest, to be honest. Maybe if I see it for like $10. And the last game I have that I can't show you is Phantasy Star Universe. I don't think I want to even start explaining that, but I'll just say that I'm looking forward to Phantasy Star Online 2. Hoping that comes to consoles, because I'm not a big fan of PC MMOs. Kind of sitting there hunched over for, hundreds of hours doesn't really do it for me. I don't have it hooked up to my TV. That would solve it, but I don't know. I don't have anywhere to really set it up in here, so we'll see on that. But Phantasy Star Online 2 is pretty awesome. But as for Phantasy Star Universe, that is the game I played the most of out of any game ever in my entire life, like over 3,000 hours. Oh man, what are you gonna do? But But hey guys, this is the end of my Xbox 360 collection. I'm not going to make a PS3 collection because all I have is Demon Souls. So, I don't have a Wii collection. Maybe do an NES collection, I don't know. But I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Figured I'd get it out of the way while I could. So, we'll see you guys next time. Peace.